Welcome to Weekday Somatics. So let's begin today with a few moments of silence, just to begin our week. So be as restful as you can. And just for a few moments, don't ever try to force anything, but just be open to silence, the silence that's here. And if you don't currently perceive it, then just be curious about that. Be curious about how is it that there's silence here? How is it that there could be silence and I'm not aware of it? So that you just start to be curious about that, not looking for it to out of, come from somewhere, but just to discover it already present. And we'll just rest for a few moments. Okay, so now we'll choose a posture that you believe you can inhabit with confidence, with no strain, for the next little while. And really make the choice. I saw that some of you were recently discussing the perennial favorite of free will. But for this moment, be willing to give up whatever realizations you've had, whatever insights you've had, because they served you, but they also have limitations. Because every insight, every discovery, every idea has a limitation. If it came then it's limited. Which doesn't make it bad. It just means that let's be willing to surrender even more deeply. So that we can be lifted, held, carried. So explore this possibility of actually choosing. Discover what that means in reality, in direct experience. See that there actually is a choice. See that the choice is not something that we arrive at through thinking. We think we arrive at it through thinking. And see that neither is it true that there is no choice, because there is a choice. There's some posture. There's a posture happening. So just be willing to surrender all of your ideas about it. Notice where all the ideas come from. This false self that doesn't exist. All the ideas seem to refer to it. But if we drop the ideas and we surrender completely to choiceless awareness, then this unthinkable miracle occurs. The choice arises. And we discover something new and fresh about ourselves and about reality. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be yourself, to be that from which the choice actually arises. It's a really important discovery. It's one that we're often hesitant to fully receive because of the implications of it. There's a certain stage at which it's essential to discover that I, as I conceived of myself, am not able to make a choice, because I, as I conceived of myself, was nothing more than the result of past action, just mechanical, not conscious. So it's essential to have that insight, that discovery that I, as I conceived of myself, am not real. But then we make the mistake of taking that too far. We mix the levels. So we have to be attentive to recognize when we're mixing levels. Truth is both absolute and relative. The relative truth is only true at the level at which it's true. So we don't have to get in arguments about, is it true or is it not true? It's true at the level at which it's true. But is there a greater truth? To discover that greater truth, we have to surrender our relative truth. So that's an essential discovery, that the self that I thought I was a lie. It's not real. It doesn't exist. There is no self in that sense. That self is nothing more than a collection of habits, the result of past action. but look now and see that you are. See, recognize that I am. And that I am is not dependent upon any past actions. It doesn't depend upon habits. And in fact, this is the power from which choice arises. True choice arising from I am is wild, untamed. It's terrifying. It's terrifying to what's false. But I am is completely present, completely inclusive, completely aware. I am knows only wholeness. So the choices that arise from I am are flawless because they arise from wholeness. But if you think about it, then you'll start to judge, doubt. So just see that you can have an intention and allow that to take shape as a choice from I am, from wholeness, so that you can choose a posture. This is why I've been saying that the microcosm and the macrocosm are one. So when we overlook the microcosm and we say, oh, this is so trivial, it's unimportant, let's get on to the good stuff, the important stuff. Why are we wasting time with choosing a posture? I'm so eager to get to the important thing. All we're doing is virtually guaranteeing that when the good stuff comes, we won't be there. Because we're in the habit of jumping ahead. So when the good stuff comes, we'll say, oh, when's the really good stuff going to come? But to be present now, to be present to this choice, just simply choosing a posture now. And then seeing everything that arises in that is it. It's all that is necessary when we really fully receive that. Because in this microcosm, the totality of our conditioning, our false self is revealed to us. All of the habits of betrayal, doubt, judgment, condemnation, impatience, they're all revealed to us. All we have to do is look, just be present, just be witness. All of this just from choosing a posture. Should I sit? Should I lie down? Am I doing it right? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to maintain this. I'm already uncomfortable. When's the good stuff going to happen? Why isn't it as nice as it was last week? And that, all of that is perfect. whatever happens is perfect, because whatever happens is you seeing. Seeing the ups and downs. Seeing the habits of grasping. Seeing the habit of lack. And then being aware of how those habits manifest at a physical level, and how that feeds back so that it forms a vicious cycle. The more we indulge the habit of lack or impatience or frustration or disappointment, discouragement, the more that the signals from the body indicate that there's a problem. Can't get comfortable. Pain, disturbance, agitation. Which disturbs the mind. Oh no, I've got a problem. What am I going to do? It's not working out. It's not like last week. It's not like the good times. What's going wrong? What do I have to do? I have to fix it. So we stir up all of this stuff, the thoughts, the images, the memories, the sensations, and round it goes. Until we wake up now and choose from wholeness. Choose from wholeness. What is your posture? Find the inner posture. Find the posture right at the heart, the true heart of yourself as you really truly are. And who you really truly are is not a thought. It's not some idea. You cannot invent it. You cannot create yourself. You can only express yourself. So first get clear on who you are. And when I say who you are, there are levels. There's who you are as pure consciousness, stillness, unmanifest, undifferentiated, formless. And then there's who you are in this world. Your unique expression. And again, this is not something that you can create. It's something that is innate. You as a unique individual. Individual means undividable, indivisible. We cannot remake who you really are. Who you are in this world cannot be remade. Your essence. It is your soul's purpose. It is why you're here. It is who you are in this world. And it's not an idea. It's way before any idea. All ideas arise in this. So take a look and see who you are in this world. It's easy to discount it or overlook it or trivialize it. But it's a terrible mistake to do so. So make a choice now to discover the inner posture, the posture of who you are in this world, at the subtlest level, who you are. And then you'll start to see how all of the so-called choices of the false self, the mechanical self, have betrayed the true inner posture. So look and see, who am I in this world? In your heart of hearts, who do you know yourself to be? Isn't it true that you're somebody who loves? Isn't it true that you're somebody who desires healing for self and others, for all beings everywhere? Isn't it true that your actual innate inner posture is one of innocence and purity? You long for these things because they are who you are. So at the core, this is your true inner posture. Now the choice is to remain in alignment with this true innate inner posture, so that as it expresses outward into your manifest experience, that the experience remains in alignment with this purity of your inner posture. So notice where you experience strain, pain, discomfort, agitation, and tell the truth about it. That is a betrayal. And it's that also is innocent. It's not bad you for betraying yourself, but it's important to see it so that you can be conscious of it and you can begin to really discover your true power, so that you don't betray yourself anymore. So let your posture in the body be in alignment with that inner posture of clarity, love, beauty, grace, peace, joy, abundance, support, and ease. And it's okay if you don't know how to do it perfectly yet. It's a learning process. It's an undoing process. So when things happen, whether during inquiry or in life, we can just notice how quick we are to pass judgment. This shouldn't be happening. This indicates something wrong. Why is this happening now? I thought things were going well. And we can start to tell a deeper truth, which is that we are committed fully to living in alignment with our soul. And so as we awaken more and more and more, we see the misalignments. Seeing the misalignments can be initially uncomfortable, but let's not rush to judge. Instead, if anything, let's cultivate a habit of thanksgiving. Thank you for this gift of seeing. Thank you for this gift of healing. Thank you for this gift of evolution. Thank you for this gift of choice now. Thank you for this gift of awakeness. Thank you for this gift of responsibility. So today, we're going to explore that theme of responsibility in our direct experience. So we are presently inhabiting this posture in the body that is to the very best of our ability in alignment with the purity of our innate posture, who we are in this world. Which means that we are, to the best of our ability, we are both awake and surrendered. We are receiving support and we are present. We are allowing, aligning, releasing, and allowing ourselves to be made buoyant so that we can experience our true light, our lightness. Now, I'd like to invite you to consider for a moment someone in your life, someone who has departed from your life, whether they've departed from this world or not. Maybe somebody who has departed from this world, they made a transition. Or maybe somebody who is still in this world, but who you're no longer in contact with. Someone from your past. Someone who's from your past, but who you are unresolved with because you experience some kind of entanglement still. Whether that's regret or resentment or grief or anything else. And there may be many people, of course, but just choose one now and trust that it's the right one. Don't let yourself fall into the trap of not choosing or debating or worrying or overthinking. Just choose the one who comes to mind first. Trust that that's the very best. And then really affirm for yourself the goodness of that choice. Commit to it so that you don't flip-flop debating, oh, is that the best one? Maybe I should choose somebody else. Just choose and commit to it. This is my choice. It is the best choice. I honor it. I commit to it. And I want you to think of this person and just call them to mind and notice whatever comes up. Memories, images, thoughts, and particularly sensations. So I want you to notice where you experience sensations in your body. Notice those sensations as you continue to think of this person. Notice also if there are things about this person or your relationship with the person or your entanglement with the person that you try to avoid thinking about or seeing or remembering because they're painful for you. And of course, you choose wisely. You don't need to initially open up anything that's too overwhelming for you. Just trust your own intuitive guidance so that it can be gentle, yet a powerful experience and a complete experience. So whatever it is that you are able and willing in this moment to see, to feel, to remember, your judgments, your fears, your sadness, just notice it. Notice the sensations. Now I want you to ask yourself this question. Whether you judge the experience or the sensations or the thoughts or the memories as good or bad, I want you to ask yourself this question. Does holding on to this serve me or the other person? We could ask the question in another way. Am I truly living my purpose, shining the light in this world, being who I truly am in this world when I hold on to this person in this way? Or you could ask yourself this question. Do I serve myself and this other person most by holding on or by giving freedom? So again, notice where you experience these sensations. Notice the sensations that you might call resentment or fear or anxiety or loss or grief or sadness or even love, even happiness. Whatever it may be, notice the sensations and if you are clear that no good actually comes from holding this person in this way, by limiting them, by holding on to them, by tethering them, then do something very courageous and very truly loving. Be willing to let go. Be willing to surrender and dissolve the sensations and the chords that those sensations represent, so that you and the other person can be free, truly free. Now, if any hesitation comes up, or fear or doubt, then keep looking, keep asking, am I serving the greatest good by holding on? Does any good come from me holding on? If what I truly am and what I truly desire is love, does my limitation by holding on to this energetic bond actually express that? Get really clear. So never force anything. If you force it, it won't work. But get clear for yourself on who you really are in this world. See who you really are. Your true heart desire. I know your true heart desire. And in your heart, you know your true heart desire. So just trust that. And then trusting your true heart desire, what you know intuitively. Make a choice. And it's true, it's a choice that you cannot undo. So the fear can arise, but trust your heart. Trust that inner beauty, that inner power, that inner strength, that inner knowing. It whispers in your ear the truth, which is that unconditional love is flowing. Unconditional love is always here. Unconditional love is abundant. Unconditional love is endless. And unconditional love cannot be contained or held. So when you're clear, allow yourself and this other person the gift of truth, the gift of unconditional love. Be willing to let go. Notice the sensations. Be willing to surrender. And again, call this person to mind. Think of them, see them, remember them, and notice what's different. This is a very powerful process. So they will be different. You will be different. The experience is different now. Just from this seemingly simple act of letting go, dissolving the tethers so that you each are free to express your truth, your true purpose, no longer held and trapped in the past, truly liberated. Even the memories change. The way you see them changes. And again, if any more residue remains, be willing to clean it up. There's still some hesitation, still some doubt, still some clinging, still some whatever. Keep looking, keep telling the truth. Am I serving good? Am I serving myself? Am I serving humanity? Am I serving love? Am I serving the other person by holding them in this way, by limiting them in this way, by tying them in this way? See the truth of it. Hear that truth from your heart and do the courageous thing. Be willing to dissolve and surrender so that freedom expands, so that true love expands, so that your souls can choose love, no longer clinging to the past, no longer clinging to fear, no longer clinging to a false connection, but instead discovering a much more profound unity. And then one more time, think of them, see them, remember them, and notice what's different. Notice what's different in them and notice what's different in you. Notice how much easier and freer it is to actually love, to be overflowing with love, the abundance of true love pouring forth, radiating. And know that this is truth and it touches every aspect of your life and every aspect of their lives and every aspect of everyone's life everywhere. This is your soul. This is your purpose. This is who you really are. It's joyful because it's on purpose. It's in alignment. It's effortless. Holding on is effortful. To let go and be yourself is effortless. And it is an enormous blessing to this world. So begin to allow for that blessing to radiate from you. Consciously choose it. Don't be afraid of it. Surrender to this power of blessing. You can't control it. You can't harness it. But you can be it, and trust that. So really feel that power of blessing radiating from your heart through your inner body, blessing your inner body, all of your organs. Feel the blessing in all of your organs, in your liver, in your heart, in your brain, your pancreas, your stomach, your intestines, the lungs, all of the organs, all of the inner body. Let the blessing radiate to your bones. Really trust and know that this is powerful. It really is a healing balm. It's miraculous. Let it radiate to your muscles, connective tissue, and the skin, so that your skin begins to glow. Really feel that. Feel your entire body from the core to the periphery glowing, radiating this blessing. Let the blessing also radiate into your mind, to your feelings, your thoughts, so that everything is brought into effortless alignment with your core truth of who you are. And feel how good it feels to be effortlessly yourself, effortlessly expressing your true nature as unconditional love. Let that shine into your world so that the blessings radiate to your loved ones, to your home, to all the animals around, both domesticated and wild, to all the plants, both domesticated and wild, to all of your neighbors, town or city where you live, the state or province, the country. Let the blessings radiate to the whole earth. And let them expand to the entire universe. Gently notice your breathing. Notice the sensations of the air on your skin and the clothing on your skin. Notice the sensations of connection with the surface that you are on. Perceive that connection all the way to the core of the earth. Feel yourself connected to the earth, receiving her support wherever you go. And become aware of the physical body, become aware of the head, the ears, the nose, the tongue. Become aware of the throat and the neck. Become aware of the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, lower arms, hands and fingers. Become aware of the chest and the upper back. Become aware of the abdomen and the lower back. Become aware of the pelvis. Become aware of the upper legs and the knees and the lower legs. Become aware of the feet. Become aware of the whole body. And slowly move the fingers so that you can reacquaint yourself with moving the body. And in just a moment, I will invite those who wish to do so, if you've closed your eyes, to begin to explore opening the eyes slowly. If you have closed the eyes and you are not yet ready to open them, then you may keep them closed. If you are not yet feeling able to open the eyes, then don't be concerned. You will regain the ability to open the eyes. Just rest. And for those who are ready to do so, you may slowly and with awareness begin to open the eyes so that you don't disturb anything. The transition from the inner focus to a more inclusive focus that includes inner and outer is a very important one, because otherwise what happens is we tend to introduce too much disturbance, which can make things unpleasant. So be very gentle, slowly open the eyes. I'll say a few more words about this before ending the formal inquiry. So as usual, uh, this was a very powerful inquiry, and this produces a large amount of change, if you're observant, you'll notice that you're different. So it's important to allow that to integrate so that it can be smooth. So the change is a positive change. But the habit that most people have formed unconsciously is to interpret any change as bad. That's why, incidentally, these inquiries can lead to agitation, or even you can notice not only inwardly but also externally turmoil in life events, circumstances. And it's very useful just to notice that it's actually just a habit to perceive those changes in a negative way. They are not negative. We often are so certain they're negative, and we think, I've got all the evidence that it's negative. Look, here's all the evidence. It hurts. I'm experiencing pain. Uh, People seem to be upset. All these kinds of things. Okay, we can list out all the evidence. So it takes a lot of courage, a lot of faith, and a lot of experience to surrender so deeply that you don't believe those ideas at all. It's really powerful to surrender that deeply, because then the changes are uninterrupted, and the transformation is beautiful. But with this approach, I'm always interested in my intention. My intention always, always, always is that it's smooth and gentle and sustainable, and that it's easy to integrate. So overall, my intention for everybody here is that the the changes that you notice and experience are easy to integrate. To make them easy to integrate, or to support the ease of integration, make the transitions smoothly, and start to be so aware that your whole life becomes a smooth transition. Because in the manifest world, things are always in motion. So if we're clinging at any point to something, then all we're doing is holding ourselves back and holding the world back from a more beautiful experience. So the more presence that you can bring to your experience, and the more surrender you can bring, the smoother it will be. And at the same time, you also have to take responsibility for managing your experience. And what I mean by that is, If you find that anything seems to be too much, it's overwhelming, if you start to experience fear or too much anger or anxiety, then utilize whatever supports you. And I've suggested many things, so those things all apply, the same things I've suggested in the past. So make use of those. Take a nap if you can do so. Make sure you're eating well, which means just having an attitude of nourishment, blessing your food, blessing your body. Take a bath or a shower if you're experiencing too much energy. Be really nourishing toward yourself. You can just simply observe the breath, allow the breath to be relaxed, uncontrolled, gentle. And in general, gentleness is the guide. So be gentle. If you notice, so another thing is just be really aware of your energetic experience. So it takes a while for many of us, to cultivate an energetic sensitivity. A lot of us have been in the habit of we're super violent. We don't even know it. And so we have in the past tended to push ourselves to the point of too much, and then we freak out. Many of us have done that chronically, so that we're just in constant pushing and freaking out mode. So an attitude of gentleness really needs to be adopted across the board, and that means we have to be aware of our energetic experience. So when we're participating in the inquiry, for example, just be aware of your energetic experience. And if you start to perceive that you're satiated, you just feel like, wow, that's perfect, I have enough, even if that's 5 minutes in or 1 minute in, great, just turn off the video or turn off the audio. Just surrender to that, rest in that, receive that, because that will be much better than trying to push through. So if you're noticing that you're agitated in the body or uncomfortable, new discomfort arises or whatever, then just notice that, and notice that that's energy, and it means maybe you pushed a little bit too much. And over time, the gentler you are, your capacity for greater energy increases. So that then instead of experiencing agitation, which is too much energy through the system expands to be able, the capacity expands to be able to have more energy in a smooth way, so that then instead of agitation, it's pleasurable. So, oh, and one last thing for those who don't have the access to the messenger groups, or those who are watching the recordings on YouTube, just know, as I often say, it's important to me that you know that you have support. So I trust that people aren't going to reach out for support when they don't actually need it. But if you do need support, then reach out. You can email me. Okay. So I'm going to end the recording of the formal inquiry now.